Right, so I just put Leo down for his nap, and while I do, I'm just going to share with you a section this is from my book, playHOORAY Handbook, Joe Wicks. And there's a bit in here I dedicated to chapter 7, let's talk about screen time. And I wanted to include this because of these moments, because there are always going to be times when you feel like your child is watching too much TV or screen time or time on the iPads and stuff. And particularly, like what I've been talking about this morning, when you've just welcomed a new baby to the family and your older children are expected to maybe play a bit more independently, and you may be relying on screen time a lot more. So I want to help you banish that guilt, basically, because in here, and I've talked about this for many years, is about the guilt we feel when our children are. So what I want you to focus on, when your child is perhaps having more screen time than normal, rather than having that guilt build up inside you, what I'd like you to do is focus on the quality of what they're watching over the quantity. And I talk about this in depth in the book here, and it's talking about looking at what your child is consuming rather than how much, because our children are, this day and age, with the internet and the TV programs that are being created for them, a lot of the stuff that they are consuming is of high quality. The likes of CBeebies, lots of programs on CBeebies are written and created with educational content. They have experts heavily involved in the production and the making of the programs. So like the Baby Club, they have the PEEP. So, you know, the PEEP charity that I'm an ambassador for, they are behind the scenes working with the Baby Club to make sure it's of the best quality for parents with babies. Yakety uses speech and language therapists. And so there's loads of Twirlywoos has loads of research going into behind those, and early years specialists that help consult on those programs. So what your child is getting is of high quality. So if they are spending time watching screens, at least they're watching something that have been made for their benefit, and they are actually, it's not as bad as you think. However, I also want you to consider, and this is in no way, because, you know, my child loves the YouTube opening of gifts and stuff. He loves those videos too. But those sorts of programs, particularly on YouTube, Jason loves an unboxing video on YouTube, and it's just think about how much of those that they're watching, perhaps, because they are not made with educational specialists. They are made predominantly to advertise to young children as money making. So it's that sort of thing. So just have a look at, rather than beating yourself up about how much time they're spending on the iPad or the TV, whatever, instead focus your energy in looking at what they're watching. And if they are watching those unboxing videos, like I said, they all do, maybe not consuming hours and hours of that. And if you can balance it out with the likes of the CBeebies, or, you know, YouTube does also have a lot of amazing resources on there too. We will quite often go on there to find out about something. The other day, Mason was asking me about whirlpools. I could not explain what a whirlpool is or how it works or how they happen. So we went on. So yeah, the internet can also be an amazing resource. And it's just about, like I said, looking at the content that your child is consuming, rather than beating yourself about them having hours and hours of it. So I hope that helps. So next time, if you are one of those parents who's commented this morning, or are feeling like you're in survival mode, or it's just a day that you happen to be watching more TV than normal, have a look at what they're watching rather than how long they're watching it for. And it might just help, because you might realise that actually a lot of it can be really beneficial. And there are times that Mason's come out with stuff and think, where's he learned that from? And then you realise it's something that Maddie said on Do You Know? So that's just a little section about screen time at the back of the book. And it also talks about how we often have TV on a pedestal and make it like the ultimate prize, rather than we want to shift that away and put the focus back on play, you know, rather than saying, okay, when you finish playing, then you. So I really hope that helps. There are other chapters as well in there where I cover things, different topics and advice, and there's lots at the beginning as well about setting up your home and things. So that's just in the book, which if you get the Kindle version is only 99p at the moment. So just saying.